On March 21st, which is actually the day of Holi, it has actually been deemed Raise Your Hands Against Racism Day by the BC government. We were actually given an award by the BC Multiculturalism and Anti-Racism Award for the business category. It's quite humbling for us as an organization to receive such an award. We've been doing, as Shishmiji said, this day for the last 5 years, and it's been an amazing sort of a journey for us. When we first started it, I kind of, when it was pitched to us by the staff, I was kind of like, well, yeah, racism, we all know it's bad. Like, it's obvious, everyone knows this, right? We don't really need to do this on a regular basis. We'll do it for a couple of years and we'll see what happens. But in the last 5 years, it's becoming clearer and clearer that apparently being against racism isn't the common knowledge. There are more and more evidence of instances where we need to do more work to bring anti-racism and tolerance and acceptance of different ideas into the mainstream, which just proves that this event is needed more and more. We're humbled at the fact that we're the ones who are pushing it forward, but we want more people to be involved. We want more people to get out there and talk about racism more and show that we are a nation of diversity and of tolerance and acceptance and love of everyone who's here. And that's, I think, the purpose of what this day is for and why we do it. So we wanted to thank the BC government for the award, which is an amazing an award, and the ceremony was wonderful, and we met so many wonderful and amazing people who are doing great work in this field of anti-racism and tolerance and love and acceptance of everyone. And to that, I'd like to ask Mr. Ravi Kahlon to come on stage and talk about a proclamation that was given to multimedia broadcasting. Thank you.
Grab the mic, it's easier than adjusting it up and down. First off, I'd like to start off by recognizing that we are gathered on the traditional territory of the Coast Salish people, Katsi, Kwantlen, and Semiahmoo. Thank you, Mr. Curl, for your words and lessons for us, and also thank you for the work you've done to strengthen the fabric of our beautiful province and country. So I want to please give him a round of applause. Shushmaji mentioned 50 innocent people that were murdered in a terrorist attack in New Zealand. And the day after, I was asked to go to speak at the local mosque on behalf of the Premier, and the staff told me, you know, you have to be optimistic and you have to lift people up, but I couldn't because I just wasn't in the headspace to do so. And that morning, I shared the story at the awards as well. That morning, I was watching the news and so interested in seeing what was happening and the reaction. And my 8-year-old son happened to be watching with me. And he was sitting behind, and I didn't even notice that he was watching because he's usually not. And he said to me, "Dad, why did that person kill all the brown people?" That kind of just shook me up a little bit, and I did probably what I shouldn't have as a parent. I did what the natural instinct is as a parent to say, which was, you know, it was far away, and you know, it was, you know, it's okay, and you know, I said all the things that perhaps I shouldn't. He said, "I'm scared," and it was a powerful moment for me to hear my 8-year-old feel scared. Because of the images he's seeing on TV. And we haven't hid him from these images in the past. We've been very open with him on everything that's happening. But as was mentioned the other day, we had the honor of bringing together all of the leaders who've been, not all, most of the leaders who've been fighting on anti-racism work and working to make our community stronger. And what I heard from people and what I've been hearing from people for the last year, if not last years, is that we don't need stats to tell us that something's happening. We don't need stats to tell us that hate crimes are up. We feel it. Everybody can feel there's something moving and some uneasiness in our society. And so it was really important for us to have a recognition of people who are doing, and organizations who are doing good work in our community, not for awards, not for recognition, just because they feel it's their civic duty to do so. And today you're recognizing two amazing people, Celia Point and Nikki Sharma, for the amazing work they've been doing in our society along these lines as well. But it was an opportunity for the Premier to stand up on stage and say unequivocally that this is not going to happen in BC. We are not perfect. We have a lot of work to do, but we also want to recognize that work is being done and work is happening. And so it was a great honor to invite up at that time Shishmaji on behalf of the entire Spice Radio to recognize them for their 5 years, but plus 5 years of work to recognize, to bring communities together. They didn't do it because they wanted the award. They did it because they felt that it was the right thing to do. And for that, we are, as a province, really grateful to them. And I've been on the show many times. It's not an easy ride. It's tough questions are asked on a consistent basis, but it's about pushing government, pushing society, pushing people to do more, because we must do more. And so I want to recognize the good work you did. It was an honor to be on hand, to see you get the award from the Premier, one of only 5 awards across this province. And also, I think it's an honor to share with you that we have officially proclaimed March 21st as the Raise Your Hands Against Racism. Yes. So now it is recognized in the legislature as the award. With that, I want to recognize my colleague Rachna Singh, who has been a long fighter for anti-hate and anti-racism work as well. Yes, please give a round of applause. And with that, as Mr. Colonel said, not too many politicians, so I'm going to leave it at that. And but thank everyone for coming today to recognize the amazing work they do. So thank you so much.
Ravi, how tall are you? 6'3" and I'm 5 dead.
But you match me somehow.